Tyron Smith can't go at left tackle, who would be the fill-in?
Well, we're still working through that, obviously. We've had, what was it, 3 or 4 padded practices, I think, 3, if my memory serves me. So we're, guys are competing out there. Obviously you've seen Josh Ball getting reps, you've seen AC getting reps, seen a lot of guys out there, and we're just going to kind of work through the process. That's what training camp's all about, and preseason's all about, and those guys will get opportunities. And going on the road, going to Denver, and competing against a team in practice, and being on the road and seeing these guys respond. Obviously we didn't have a chance to see that with Josh last year, and AC joined us late, so we're going to get a good evaluation and see how it goes.
What's your process to make those judgments there? When do you put it on the preseason games and the scrimmages? When do you say, okay, this is what I need?
Well, everything's really important. I mean, everything. So when we spend a lot of time, today we watched, our individual film that we do just by ourselves and evaluate, for the fundamental development. So that's important. The classroom work is important to get a feeling for me as a coach, a comfort level that they know what they're doing as the plays happen fast out there, adjustments happen fast. Do they have a good grasp of that? And then ultimately the competitive situations against our defense, and then the preseason games. So I don't think it's not one thing. It's kind of a combination of all that. Everything we do, we tell them all the time, everything we do is important. And the better, all the classroom stuff, the reasoning for all that is to help them play the game fast and decisive, and that's really what we have to get as a unit. So it all counts, but obviously the games and the competitive atmosphere, we've got to see some success in those situations for us to have the confidence to put them out there.
If memory serves, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you worked out Tyler at Tulsa?
I did.
Obviously, it's a long, it's a journey. It's a long way to go.
Sure.
But how is he a different player today from that kid that you saw there, just from a technique standpoint, understanding of what?
Yeah, he's come a long way in a short period of time, and you hit it on the head. I mean, it's a long journey as a pro football player. He's just starting out, and so I think we have to all remember. I mean, he's transitioning to a new position. He's transitioning to a new offense, different schemes. He was well coached. They had a good program there at Tulsa, but we were certainly asking him to do some things that he's not as familiar with, and he's learning every single day. And so all these opportunities that he gets out here, and our defense does a great job presenting a lot of multiple looks and different pressures that twists. I mean, our guys do a great job. So all those things, it's a lot of times it's the first time he's seen them. And so I think once we get through this install phase in another day or two, I think then he'll really start to settle in a little bit more and can focus more on the fundamentals. The game's fast right now for all these young guys, but he's definitely making strides for sure.
Be it his approach, his physicality, or otherwise, like what gives you the most encouragement based on what you've seen so far?
Well, he's very quick, and he's very, again, you have to remember when you work a guy out, they're in a pair of gym shorts, and they're not really, it's not in any kind of violent physical situation. You're getting a feel for them athletically and how they move. And there's some really good examples and really good illustrations of him. Really, his quickness has jumped off the tape. He's a very quick guy. He's got that twitch, explosiveness. So definitely seeing a lot of that. And again, I think we'll see more as time goes on.
Trey Steele, have you ever found yourself asking, how did this guy go undrafted? Or do you know the answer to that?
No. Well, I mean, again, sometimes you just think of it from our perspective. Our scouts do a great job. We're given a list of, 45 guys to evaluate. I'm throwing out a number every year, and you watch a bunch of tape on these guys. But we're not out there at the schools. We're not talking to the coaches. We're not, some of the intangible stuff in a 15-minute combine interview is a little bit tough to grasp. So I think the one thing that the tape didn't show was the drive and the desire that this young man has, and I mean, it's impressive, and he's really been impressive since the first day he got here, and just the way he approaches things, the effort that he puts forth, and and so really looking for big things from him this year.